White House release published Thursday, October 2, 2025. Democrat shutdown hurts families, veterans, workers across the country. The White House states that Democrats' push for free health care for undocumented immigrants has led to a government shutdown. As a result, essential workers and service members are going unpaid. Programs like WIC are at risk, and key services are left unfunded. The shutdown is having serious effects nationwide. The Department of Veterans Affairs is stopping transition assistance and career counseling. GI Bill and National Cemetery hotlines are closed. Visitor services at national parks are reduced, with some parks closing entirely. Special events and permits are halted. Airports are affected. In Arizona, thousands of federal employees face furloughs. Security officers and air traffic controllers must work without pay, which could disrupt airport operations. Tourists are being turned away from national monuments and parks. In Georgia, over 100,000 federal workers are impacted. TSA agents, air traffic controllers, military members, and others are working without pay or have been furloughed. Museums and historic sites are closed. Delays at airports and longer lines are expected as the shutdown continues. Michigan is experiencing service disruptions. Federal workers, including military families and law enforcement, are working without pay. Hiring and training of new employees has stopped. Funding for SNAP and WIC programs is halted. Food, health, and water inspections are paused. Small business loans are not being reviewed or approved. Minnesota is also affected. Thousands of federal employees face furloughs or work without pay. Services for veterans, education grants, and environmental cleanups are disrupted. The Minnesota National Guard is initiating an orderly shutdown, with many members not getting paid. In Nevada, air travel may be delayed and access to national parks is reduced. Small businesses cannot access federal loans or grants. Military personnel continue their duties without pay until Congress acts. News outlets across the country report widespread impacts from the government shutdown. In Nevada, conservation groups warn the shutdown could hurt the outdoor industry and put health, education, and recreation on hold. Over 22,000 federal workers in Nevada are affected. In New Hampshire, thousands of federal employees are working without pay. Essential workers at the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard must still report to work but will not be paid. In Arkansas, national parks are impacted, and lawmakers warn of further fallout. In California, Social Security offices turn away walk-in visitors and national parks like Muir Woods are closed. Air shows and tourism events are canceled. In Florida and Hawaii, families face hunger and disruptions to federal services. Across the Midwest and South, food stamps, jobs, and national security are threatened. Veterans see some services disrupted. Federal workers in Missouri, North Carolina, Ohio, and Wisconsin face missed paychecks and furloughs. Nonprofits and food banks brace for increased demand as nutrition programs like WIC and SNAP are at risk. Tourism suffers in states like Pennsylvania, New York, and North Carolina as parks and historic sites close. Airports in Texas and New York warn of travel delays. Housing and social services in Texas and D.C. face uncertainty. National reports highlight that millions could lose access to nutrition aid, telehealth, and in-home care. Airlines warn of flight disruptions. The White House estimates the shutdown could cost the U.S. economy billions each week. Veteran groups warn Congress against political brinkmanship that puts services at risk. Thanks for listening. The full source material for this summary is in the description below.